Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's see, I have a couple of articles on petrification, and there's been a lot of discussion online, videos that I've seen lately that have discussed, these beautiful marble statues, say in a Greek museum, that couldn't have been chiseled by hand. They're just too beautiful. And these articles prove that, petrification can be done in quite a short amount of time. And some people did have that recipe for petrification. And I would not even be surprised one bit if through the ages, crazy ass people have used this to make art. So, anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. But here's just a couple of quick articles. This one is from 1898, Warrior Turned to Stone. Workmen unearthed the petrified body of an Indian. Huntington, Pennsylvania. An interesting discovery was made today in Clearfield County, which is already attracting widespread attention. It is the perfect body of a large Indian, solidified through petrification. The discovery was made by the workmen who are building a railroad from Clearfield Bridge to Belsina. As the men were making a cut through a rocky hill, they unearthed the petrified body of the Indian at a depth of 7 feet from the surface. The body is a perfect specimen in every respect, the features being clean-cut and lifelike, except for color, and the entire specimen resembling a statue chiseled by a master hand. The arms of the Indian are folded. 10 men are required to remove the petrified body from its resting place. Contractor McGovern contemplates presenting the interesting discovery to where else? The Smithsonian Institute at Washington. Boy, I would love to go there and discover the room where all these things went. Okay, this one is from, I'm not sure, 1899. This is cool. Petrified smoke. Extraordinary discovery in Pennsylvania coal shaft. Pottsville, Pennsylvania, November 2nd. Petrified smoke, measuring from 4 to 11 and 1/2 inches in diameter and 27 feet long, was found in the new shaft of the Philadelphia Reading coal mine at Wadesville. It forms a piece of petrified matter weighing 100 pounds and is perfect in the smallest detail. So, there you go. Petrified smoke, who would have thought? This one's from 1895. Petrified body unearthed. Workers in Magpala Cemetery, Philadelphia, find a great surprise. Boy, that's 3 Pennsylvania ones. I wonder what went on up there. Philadelphia Times. A petrified body, which is said to be the finest specimen ever found in this section of the country, was exhumed on Monday by workmen engaged in removing the bodies from the old Machpelah Cemetery at 10th Street and Washington Avenue. The body, which is that of a man, is in a perfect state of preservation. The medical profession of the city is already greatly interested in the discovery, and Superintendent Franklin of the cemetery is overrun with applications to view it. The body was discovered by a gang of men working in the southeast section of the cemetery, and its associations are such as to warrant excitement in the scientific world. Although 4 bodies were taken from the same grave, 2 were totally decayed. The third was partially preserved, while the fourth was in a state of perfect preservation. The body was encased in an old-fashioned walnut coffin, which was also well preserved. When the lid was removed, the workmen were surprised to find the occupant fully preserved and having the appearance of a person but recently interred. "It's a petrified body," said one of the workmen. Superintendent Franklin was notified and ordered the body placed in the vault. The body seemed to be that of a man about 40 or 45 years old. Apparently he was a Frenchman, and as near as could be approximated, he had been in the grave about 50 years. There were no visible signs of decomposition, the body appearing to be preserved in every part. One of the workmen, in the presence of several spectators yesterday, knocked on the dead man's breast, and there was given out a sound such as is produced by a blow on a piece of stone. The body was enveloped in a white merino shroud, while the hands were encased in white cotton gloves. See, that's like those old Greek marble statues with the fine uh, scarf or whatever over their head. That can also be petrified. Aside from the dirt spots caused by the earth falling on it when the coffin was opened, the shroud was pure and white and perfectly preserved. The head of the body was, however, the most astonishing feature of the phenomenon. The face, which was round and smooth, was perfect, the eyes being open while the mouth drooped just a little. Over the scalp was a full growth of brown hair. The arms and hands, which were crossed below the waist, were also perfectly preserved. In fact, the body appeared to have just been placed in the ground. There was no inscription on the coffin to lead to the identification of the body. According to Superintendent Franklin, the body was buried by an undertaker who was known to have been dead for over 45 years. This gives rise to the belief that the body has been in the ground for nearly a half-century. But what causes the body has been so thoroughly preserved is a matter of speculation. A theory, however, is that when the man was buried, his body was in a well-preserved condition. After being placed in the ground, the body is supposed to have come in contact with a stream of lime water, evidence of which has been found in the ground. As lime water is said to be an excellent preservative of bodies, it is supposed that, being interred in soil of this nature, the body was petrified. A large number of physicians have taken samples of the soil to have an analysis of it made. So, that's crazy. And this next one, and probably last one, is from 1894. A petrified duchess. The wonderful statue possessed by a Strasbourg artist. The petrified woman recently found in one of the caves, which was used as burial places when Strasbourg, Germany, was plague-stricken in the year 1094, is now believed to be Duchess Adelheid, the aunt of Frederick Barbarossa. The petrification, which has the appearance of being a beautiful marble statue, is only perfect from the waist up. It was found in a rude wooden coffin which had been deposited in the cave among thousands of human skulls and other remains. When the workmen opened the coffin, they found that it had been filled with quicklime. Okay, so there's that lime again, or some other preparation which strongly resembled common mortar. Curious to know who had been thus carefully put away among the heaps of dead, they broke into the plaster encasement and found the wonderful petrified head and bust above alluded to. Contrary to the expectations of the sightseers, the features did not crumble away on exposure to the air, but remained clear-cut, lifelike, and unwasted. About the head were 2 braids of golden hair, and across the breast both hands had been carefully folded. The face is said to be one of great beauty, every feature exhibiting intelligence and culture. This wonderful petrification is now in the studio of Hazley Bauer, a well-known Strasbourg artist. Bauer. Where do I know that from? Is that Bauer? Does that have to do with the Rothschilds? I don't know. Well, anyway, that's a couple more of the articles that I have wanted to get out and at least, give some kind of representation as to what could have been all of these beautiful marble statues, from the old world, and maybe the old stories of Medusa turning people into stone was just a representation of that kind of technology that they had, or the recipe for petrification that they were using. So, I don't know. What do you think? It's crazy, our old world. I always wish I could just go back and see what was going on, but maybe it'd be safer here just reading about it. All right, well, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Till next time.